Video is going to be about my first week at Brooklyn's Access Labs for the Flatiron School. So this is my first week. I'm doing the 15-week full stack program, and I just completed week one. A little bit about myself, my background. I am a math and science teacher, tutor, instructor type of thing. I play around with code for the last 4 or 5 years, dabbling in HTML, CSS. Realizing I should have spent more time in JavaScript, and thus doing that for the majority of the past 3 or 4 years. I just would hit walls though, and did all the kind of online stuff, Code Academy, Code Wars, all that stuff, but just needed some kind of real structure to, kind of push me along. Needed a curriculum, needed a proven plan that would get me from point A to point B, outside of these kind of random fun but not really realistic projects. So I decided to try my hand and really commit to get into a boot camp this year, this summer. So my job usually kind of works parallel with the school system, so I'm off on summers. And I said this time I'm actually going to, go ahead and do a boot camp. I'm going to commit to it. So the last few months I've been applying, doing technical interviews and failing technical interviews, and landed at the Flatiron School at Access Labs in Brooklyn. So the first week, met my cohort, had to do a bunch of labs, learned a bunch of different concepts. Kind of ended with object-oriented programming, where we talked about domains and where we have models in those domains that belong to many, but belong to one, or belong to but have many. So we kind of built out some functionality of like something that you would see with Twitter or social media platforms, where you can actually post something, people can respond to it, people can like it. So we built that stuff out. Training is very intense. A few lectures, and right after lectures you kind of go into peer programming, or you're kind of thrown into projects that you have to actually immediately take the information that you were given in the lecture and implement it. It's not my particular way of actually retaining and learning information, but nevertheless, that's how they design a course to learn. Very effective, but very fast paced, hence the boot camp. And by the end of the week, we was actually building functional things that we could actually input information, get information back from, retrieve information, sort information, select, map, all those different type of those methods used to kind of tailor information on how you would request it, how you want to see it, how you want to analyze it and decipher it. But the instructors are great, very helpful. There's a lead instructor, and then there's always like at least 2, sometimes 3 instructors, TAs that are there just to literally help you. I mean, you're working in groups, you're working at your tables, your stations. I think my cohort has 15 students in it, so we occupy about 3 tables. We're in the modular one, or mod one as they call it, colloquially. Is that a word? Colloquially, in the Flatiron School. But TAs are great. They're always there to help you out. I know it sounds cliche. They don't give you the answers. They steer you in a kind of healthy balance between teaching you and helping you learn, but they're always ready to help. They're never like tied up that much. You never have to like constantly ask for them. You never feel like you're bothering them. They're very pleasant, very cheerful, very eager to teach and learn. I mean, help you learn and help you in general. Yeah, pretty interesting. There are, I think, 6 modules or mods as they call them, to finish the course. I think 5 of them are actually where you're actually coding and building technical projects. I think the last one is actually the job search thing. And it's kind of weird that people from the other modules are very, I don't know, they're not very engaging. I guess it's the more euphemistic way to say it. I don't know if it's like a high school thing where you're just an underclassman, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, that's kind of weird. It's kind of whack, to be honest with you. It's like we're all in the same boot camp. Like, you're a couple of weeks ahead of me. Say hi. Um, but anyway, yeah. So the first week was pretty intense. Had to adjust traveling and adjusting to my learning style, trying to balance things, trying to optimize. I was getting there probably about an hour early, which was good because I traveled from a pretty good distance, so I don't want to play with the different links of transportation that I had to get on to get there. But I know this week will be a little bit more efficient. Have this code challenge on Wednesday, which really determines on whether you go to the next module or not. So I really want to do well on that, because if you don't pass that, you have to do a project by the end of the next week. And if you can't really explain how your project is working, you have to repeat that module, which is going to set you back 3 weeks, the first module or the first mod. We have one person doing that right now who should have been going on, but that person had to repeat it. So that person is giving us a lot of insight on, what not to do, what to do to not be in that situation. But that person is a very good sport. He's a very good cohort mate. He's not, he doesn't have a superiority complex. He's very humble, very helpful, and seems like he's getting the best out of the situation. So yeah, just going to want to wrap up and give you my first week review on the Flatiron School Access Labs in Brooklyn, and I'll be posting another video telling you about how my week 2 went. So stay tuned for that.